Hello, K through 5th. It's getting close to Turkey Day, so I thought I'd go ahead and do something for the holidays. You are going to have a choice. This is what the kiddos are doing in class. Right now it is lesson 13 and 14. It may very well be 15 and 16. I see different classes up here at school on a 3-week rotation, so I'm trying not to go too fast. But by me showing you this, you can most definitely do this particular activity with other objects. It doesn't have to be just a seasonal thing. So let me go ahead and show you. The first one is a candy cane. The next one, and these are always choices, is a dreidel. And then the next one is a Christmas tree or a winter tree, depending on what you want to call it. And I'm also going to show you how to make a 3-dimensional star. Okay. So first of all, let's go ahead and start with the 3-dimensional star, because that's something you can always add on with anything, or you could just learn how to make a 3-dimensional star. It's just fun. So the first thing you are going to need is a tracer. You can ask your parents. The key with this particular star, making it 3-dimensional, is that the points all need to be the same distance. It's really, really important. So I tried to make one where you draw it like this and then you erase the inside, but every time I did it, my points were not always even. So what you are going to need to do is go ahead and ask your parents to print off or find a star for you. I actually happen to have some wooden stars up here that were up here, and so I just traced the wooden star for everybody to use. Now the next point is the how to make the 3-dimensional. So what you're going to do is you have your star. You're going to take a ruler or some other straight edge. You're going to draw a line like this, just straight down the middle. Then the next one you're going to do is you're going to take from this point to this corner right here, and you're going to draw a line. Then you're going to go from this point to this corner. You're going to draw a line. Then, and if you notice, it's all intersecting in one point, in one spot, and that's the key to the 3-dimensional. Then you take this corner and you go to this point. Now remember, if anytime it's going too fast for you, all you have to do is pause the video. That's one good thing about being virtual, is you get to pause and go. So then you're going to go from this point, oops, I moved, this point to that corner right there. Okay? So then what you're going to do, I'm just going to erase that mark. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take a pair of scissors, or you could take, you could probably even take the end of a paintbrush, but I'm going to do a pair of scissors to do this. And I am doing this on cardstock. You most definitely do not want to do this on copy paper. If you do this on copy paper, you're just going to rip right through it. I did try this on construction paper. Construction paper worked, but when I tried to use the glitter paint on top, it kind of didn't hold its form too good. So I did, this one's the cardstock, and it just held its form way better than the construction paper did. So if you don't have cardstock, then definitely use construction paper, but don't use printer paper. You'll just rip right through it. Okay, so again, you're going to take the scissors, and what you're going to do is you're going to make score lines. Score lines are you're just pushing through the paper, or not pushing through the paper, pushing on the paper to indent, just like this. And I'm just spinning it around because I'm having the paper work for me versus me working for the paper. And you don't have to use yellow paper. You can use white cardstock paper and color it. Or There's all kinds of things you could do with this particular star. I can kind of feel where I haven't done it. Okay, so I feel that right there. And when you're doing that, make sure you have something underneath. Like I have this mat board underneath, so maybe use a piece of cardboard. I'm sure your parents have tons of Amazon boxes that have come in. Use that underneath to do it. That way you don't scratch up your parents' good table or scratch up your table. Then you're just gonna cut this out. Just like this. And what's cool with this particular star is, like I said, you can do a lot of different things with it. It's not just a tree topper. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take where you've scored and you're gonna kinda fold it in. Just fold on all the lines. Don't worry about making anything just yet. Just fold the lines. Fold them, fold them, fold them. Make sure you fold all of them. So it'll make the next part totally easy by doing that. Okay. So then what you do is I flip it over, and where it's the actual star point, kind of fold it in like that. And then you have just made yourself a three-dimensional star, just like this. And so I had made this star because I thought it would be cool to put it on top of the tree. And then if you wanted to, if you could find a smaller print, you could always make three-dimensional, but you guys know I love some glitter, so I think I'm actually gonna add some glitter on this. Or you could make ornaments, or you could just put candy canes all over it. But anyway, I just thought this was a cool three-dimensional star that you can put on your tree. Okay, so now, regardless if you're doing the tree, the candy cane, or the dreidel, it's all the same directions, okay? So what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna get my candy cane. And you know what's cool about, I've noticed, y'all are so lucky. When I was growing up, they really only had one flavor of candy cane. Now you can go to the store and you can get all these different flavors of candy canes. It's crazy. It's crazy cool, but it's still crazy. So my paper, again, is a 9 by 12 piece of paper. Again, if you do these projects on a smaller piece of paper, you are going to get done with these like no time at all. So the kids up here at school, we are using big paper, and so the projects are taking longer, and that makes a big difference. You're also going to use oil pastels, or if you got some of those Crayola construction paper crayons, you can definitely use those. Now, what I suggest is instead of just randomly drawing a candy cane or a tree on here, is you make a stencil so that it's the shape you want and you're not busy trying to erase. Because with oil pastels, if you draw a line and then you color with oil and you erase and you color with oil pastels, you'll still see the indentation in the paper from the oil pastels. So you can go small or big. If you wanted to go smaller, you could make 2 candy canes and have them cross like that, like this, like one this way and one that way. I am going to just stick with one big one. So you're going to outline on black paper, just like this, okay? Then what you're gonna do, oh, where did I put my stuff? Oh, even though y'all are virtual, Miss Gordon still has a crazy tornado brain. I've got stuff everywhere on my table for you guys. Okay, regardless of what your colors are, I do want you to think about your colors and choose 2 colors that are beside each other on the color wheel, and then you're going to use white. So my example here is I have pink and red. The example I have for the dreidel is actually I made my second color on this one. I did white, and then I extended the white, and then I did purple, and then I put the purple on top of the white, which created the lavender. On this one, I did 2 greens. So I did white, light green, and dark green. So I think I might try let's see, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. How about I do a red and a purple oil pastel? Okay. So the first thing you're going to do, now these are just Crayola oil pastels. These are like probably the best oil pastels that are just fun, that don't cost a whole lot and really inexpensive. You can always get them off of Amazon or whatever. But, oh, I almost forgot, guys, to draw the lines for the candy cane. So I'm going to draw curved lines like this. Just going to continue with my curved lines. Just like this. Okay. Then what you're going to do, drop my drink. So you're going to start coloring. But when I'm coloring, I'm actually kind of coloring, and if it's easier for you, you can just draw a line right down the middle so you can kind of have a guidance of where you're coloring. And I'm going to color kind of in a, not back and forth, but a curved coloring motion. Just like this, all the way around. I'm going to go back in and fill in parts of this because it's not quite wide enough for me. All the way. I know the picture's shaking and I apologize. It's how my camera is set up on the table. So go all the way down, just like this. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start coloring. I'm going to do purple first. I'm going to outline. You always want to outline first. It just gives you that nice boundary. So I'm going to go ahead and color in here. I'm going to go all the way to the edge. Then I'm going to get that white, and I'm going to color over just the edge. So that's how I got this nice lavender color on the dreidel. Dreidel right here. I did the exact same thing. Okay. So then I'm going to do red. I'm going to outline first. And then I'm going to color. gonna go over a little. Then I'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Go over a little. Then I get the white. I go ahead and connect underneath so it looks like it's one continuous candy cane. I think my candy cane might be like a Starburst candy cane. Have y'all seen those? Starburst candy cane. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just color over this one too. Just like that. And then I'm just going to keep repeating it over and over again. So again, like I said, you want to try and choose two colors that are beside each other on the color wheel. If you're not sure what the color wheel is basically the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. We add pink in there, but pink is basically just red with white added. And if you wanted to, like I said, make your tracer of your candy cane, and then you could make two of them and have them crisscross each other. That would be fun too. Okay, so then you just keep repeating it, just like this one. Just repeat it and keep coloring, and make sure that you are coloring. Make sure you are just coloring the red and the purple, or whatever your color is. Now the purple's next to the red on the color wheel, so that's why it works. If you're doing the dreidel, so I messed up. So see, there's no perfect thing in here, and even Miss Gordon messes up. I should have went ahead and colored this white first and then did the lavender, but it was like I was focused on this part, and then when I got to here, I just didn't even stop to think, which is no big deal. And you can actually see my line. I don't know if y'all can see it. You can see my line on my dreidel that I drew, because the dreidel is actually like straight sides. And by drawing that line, it kind of made it show up a little bit better. And then with the tree, of course you can color your tree whatever color you want, but I chose green because I wanted the green tree. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And like I said, I'm not sure if this is going to be just lesson, what did I say? Let me look real quick. If this was going to be lesson 13 and 14, or if it's going to be 13, 14, 15, and 16, because I'm finishing up with one group here, and then I'm starting with another group. So I was going to give them this opportunity to do this. If we get caught up and I have plenty of time, then I'll add another seasonal project to get started on for December. But I miss you guys very much, and I look forward to the time that we get to hug and see each other again, or high five. Bye, guys.